how to start a lawn care business. You can actually earn up to two or even exceed, really. I don't know why I said up to 2000 weekly, because really the sky is the limit as far as what you can create out of your business. Okay, so yesterday we talked about basically I gave you an overview of our lawn care business. So if you don't know, I actually started my whole marketing journey because my husband wanted to start a lawn care business. And of course, being the loving and supporting wife that I am, I decided to help out. Plus, we had invested a large sum of money into the business, so we needed to get customers. So that's actually kind of how I started out with this whole process. So yesterday, what I did is I took you from beginning to end, the entire customer journey, from Googling the keywords all the way to sending them the link to store their credit card and then billing every week. Okay, so the entire customer journey. So if you missed that, definitely go back and watch that. Today, I'm going to tell you like basically how to get started. Okay, what are the basics that you need before you ever even create a website or a domain or a logo or any of those things. I'm going to talk about all of those things to get you started. And then tomorrow, we're going to talk a little bit more about the lawn care management system that we use. It's actually free, but I want to walk you through the process so that if you are starting a lawn care business, or maybe you just like the software and you want to use it for something else, I'm going to show you all about that. And then, of course, on day 4, I'm going to talk about traffic strategies that actually work. Okay, so many times I hear this, and I did the same thing when we first were trying to get customers for our business. We printed out flyers, we passed them out, and we never got any business from it whatsoever. So I'm definitely going to show you our favorite traffic strategies that have been really successful for us, and they do not include paid ads, by the way. And then, of course, on Friday, we're going to do our Friday Q&A session like we do every single Friday. If you are a member, you can join me in the Zoom. If not, you can just watch wherever you're at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So let's get started with the training. Okay, welcome back. I do see that Floyd is watching. Hello, Floyd. Thank you so much for joining me. Okay, so if you have watched any of the previous videos, I have looked for this website and could not remember the name of it for the life of me. I actually found it. Okay, so this is actually called colorhunt.co is the website URL. Okay, now colorhunt.co is a great resource when you're looking for a color palette for your whole brand. Okay, this should really be the very first thing that you ever do with your business when it comes to any type of marketing. It's the very first decision that you need to make before anything else. Okay. Now, when you're researching the colors, it's not just about really the colors that you like, but you want to think about your market. Okay, now, obviously for lawn care, you're going to look for greens and maybe some black to offset that, maybe some yellows, but really you're looking for green. Okay, if you're in the medical field, you're really probably looking for blue. And the best way to research that is by just doing the research on your competition. You know, if you're a lawn care business, you want to look at other lawn care services and what colors are they using. You could also use a Google Chrome extension that Color Hunt actually has. You could add to your extension, choose any website you want, and then it will give you all of the hex codes of that brand. You could also use like Color Picker is another Chrome extension that you can use to choose the colors. But something else that you can do once you have the general idea is scroll through here and find what you want. Now, maybe if I was like a pizza shop, I would want to use like these types of colors. And you'll see the theme if you do the research. You'll see that everyone in your niche is kind of using the same colors. Unless you're like in digital marketing or something like that, then really you can do whatever you want. But you want to make sure that no matter what colors you choose, that it is consistent and that it is, representative of your brand and that it's modern and all of that. Okay, so what you want to do is once you choose the color palette, like let's just scroll through here until we find some greens. This is why I love this. It makes it so easy. Okay. So, of course, I love these because everything that I have is like pink, purple, and orange. Let me just find a green. So let's say that this was my color palette. Actually, kind of looks like my color palette. What I want to do is click here, and then I'm just going to take like a little notepad here, okay? And I just add the notepad that's on my, I use Windows. So if you don't know about the notepad, you can just go here and then search. And the notepad is actually one of your tools that come on your Windows computer. I use it a lot when I just need to, like, keep track of something and not like a whole formal document. I just pull up a notepad. But anyway, so what I'm going to do is take this notepad and I'm just going to copy these hex codes. You see, if you click that, it automatically copies it. So I'm just going to paste it here. And then I'm going to write, black, because I want to, first I want to spell it right. But I'm just going to write the colors so that I remember what it is. And I want to put this little pound sign because that's what you have to enter every time you use a hex code. And then this next one will just say dark green, and then we'll say light green. And then we'll say really light green, because that is the technical color of this. Okay, so I'm going to click here now because I want to copy this hex code, and I'm just going to click here and then Control V to paste. Let's go to the next one here. So I'm going to copy that, pull this up and paste. And then we're going to take this one, and then we're going to go here, and then we are going to paste. Okay, so I literally that easily just chose our color palette. Now, of course, this is what every single piece of content, every business card, even though I don't know why you're still using business cards, but your website, your social media content, your logo, truck magnets, shirts that your team wears, flyers or brochures or videos that you do. Every single thing that you do for your company needs to have these exact colors. I can't stress it enough. It needs to be the exact colors, okay? You need to make them work in some way. It's great to have a dark color, some medium shades, and then a really light color. That's the basic format, and you'll see that on all of the different color palettes. But this is so, so important. This will make or break your whole brand. It will make you stand out as a professional or a complete amateur. And I'm just telling you that if your brand if it looks professional, you can have one person, like my husband and I, right? You could have one person running the whole business, and as long as your online presence looks professional, people will think you're some huge company that has like thousands of employees, because this is the difference, okay? When you have that type of online presence, this is what is going to allow you to, ask for more money per service, right? Are you going to be a $20 a lawn person, or are you going to be a $50 a lawn person? It all goes down to your brand and how you're positioning yourself, okay? Are you going to have them pay on PayPal, or are you going to set up a system that is professional, that they feel they can trust to give you their credit card information? These are all important things. You can't just go to a customer and say, oh, sure, just PayPal me. That's not professional. People are going to be untrusting. You're not going to be able to grow a business like that. So if you're just starting out, start out the right way and present yourself as a professional, okay? I wish that I had known all these things when I first got started. Would have saved me a lot of headaches. Okay. So this is my color palette, all right? Excuse me. So once you've chosen that, now you need a logo, okay? So what I like to do is go to Canva. You can create a free Canva account at canva.visualmarketinganddesign.com. They have lots of logos here that you can choose from. Since we're doing lawn care, we could do like grass, and then here's a logo. You could choose any of these here. Now, no matter which one you choose, you want to make sure, again, that you're using those same color palettes, the same color palette that we just chose, okay? So what I'm going to do, and you can store this in here. So if I was to, add a brand, let's go add a color palette. We'll add a custom color palette. Scroll down here. Okay, so we have, just to save this, we're just going to paste this there. So that's our light color. Or, okay, maybe not. Oh, because that was the last one. So I'm just going to copy and then we'll paste our dark color here. Now, the reason that I like to do this is because I use Canva for everything. So I don't need to worry once I put this in here. I don't need to worry about, trying to remember the hex codes or get out of there. Or trying to look them up every time. I just have them already stored. Okay, so let me just copy this here and we're going to add this here. Okay, so that is my color palette for the lawn care business. All right, so now what I need to do is I'm just going to change all these colors out. All right, so I'm going to scroll down here. Here's my colors. I'm going to make this our brand color. Let's go ahead and we'll just mix and match these here. So we'll just choose this dark one and this light one and then this lighter one. So now all of those are our brand colors. And let's go ahead and change this one in the back so that it is a brand color. So let's choose maybe this color here or maybe this one just to make it look a little better. And we can choose our green because everything needs to be our brand color. Just can't stress it enough. And then let's change this color here. Okay, so let's say this is our lawn care business logo and we totally love it. This is going to be the logo, so make sure that you love it. It's going to be the logo on your website, on your truck, on your shirts, on like all flyers, all of these, everything you do is going to have this logo on here. Okay, now if you're a terrible designer and you're just like, I don't even know how she just did that. I can't even customize a template on Canva. I'm already overwhelmed. All you need to do is go to Fiverr. Fiverr is a freelancer website. You can hire someone to create a logo for you. All you need to do is search logo, and you'll see there are lots of people that are very inexpensive that can create a logo for you. Of course, some of them are very expensive, but if you are just, you're just like, I cannot create a logo. I've tried 100 times and I hate them all. Definitely hire someone. I've seen this 100 times. People will literally not start a business because they're like, I can't design a logo. I don't know what else to do. It's like, just hire someone. There's no reason to stress, okay? It's like about being an agency owner or a lawyer or a doctor or a lawn care guy. You don't need to be an expert in all things, okay? You can be the expert at whatever your business is. Like my husband he can make a lawn look more beautiful than anybody's ever seen. It's like, it looks like a movie and people just like gush all over, the quality of work that he does, okay? He just loves it. He just loves being outside and all that stuff. He doesn't have to know how to create a logo to be a successful lawn care business, okay? He just needs to hire the people who do know, right? Which happens to be his wife, because I would go to Canva, even though I did create our logo. But if I didn't, I would just go to I would go to Fiverr and I would hire someone to create it, okay? That's my speech on that. So now you have a color palette and you have a logo. The very next step is you need to create a domain. Okay, now I like Bluehost. Bluehost is the domain provider that I use. I also use it for my WordPress hosts and for creating professional email addresses. You can go to Bluehost, you can create your domain, you can create your professional email address. Those are really important things. Now, when you're thinking of your domain, you definitely want to have your business name in there. You want to try to get .coms. You want to eliminate the hyphens there. It's great if you could use keywords. You want to definitely tell people what your business is. So if you want to do, you want to call your business like Big John's. Well, if it's not Big John's Lawn Care Service, then people will likely not have any idea what your business is by hearing the name, right? So I would definitely choose, without trying to make it too long, but if your business is called Big John's, maybe you want it to be Big John's Lawn Care Service. Or if you do use Big John's, to keep it a small domain, definitely .com. But for example, with our lawn care business, I chose Bartlett Lawn Care LLC.com, even though I did not want to do that. I felt like at the time it was the better decision to choose the LLC to show that we are an established business. But also it was really the only alternative unless I went with like .net or added a hyphen or something like that. So you definitely need to play around. You need to see what your options are. Once you purchase your domain, create the professional email address. You don't want to be using Gmail because it's very unprofessional. And you want to create at least one email address that everything that goes to and from your business is in the same inbox, but also is coming to and from that professional email address. Okay. So of course, once you get that created, you need to have a website. Okay, so you see, once we created our color palette, which you can see here, we created our logo, so you can see that up here. And then, of course, we have our domain and our professional email address. I talked to you yesterday about the whole, the system and everything that you need. I told you, from beginning to end, the whole process and what the customer journey looks like. But in the steps of setting up your business, it doesn't matter what business it is, these are the basics. Okay, so you definitely need to have all of those steps and then create your website, your professional email address. Okay, now, having said all of that, of course, you need a business bank account. Now, I love Novo. Novo is so great. You could go to any local bank if you want to create a business account. But honestly, if you go to a local bank, they're going to have you fill out a bunch of forms. You actually have to, or at least where I live, I had to make an appointment. We had to, basically I had all this documentation, and we had to sit there with the banking person for like an hour and a half. It seemed like forever while we went through all these things. But if you use Novo, it's not necessary. Okay. And we used to have clients that would pay us in check, only people that we had since the very beginning, because we do not allow that anymore. But Novo will allow you to do mobile banking. It's totally free. There's no minimum balance required. It does integrate with Stripe and PayPal and QuickBooks and all these things that you need. It is really, honestly, I've tried multiple online banking solutions. Novo is by far my favorite. There really are no fees. And if you go to novo.visualmarketinganddesign.com, you can actually get a referral. So once you open up your bank account and then you deposit, I think it's like $100 minimum or something like that, then we both get $40. So super cool. Now, I didn't mention Stripe. Stripe is something that I highly recommend. I'm not a big fan of PayPal, even though I do know that a lot of people will start out with PayPal. But our system within Visual Marketing and Design, we integrate with PayPal and Stripe, but also Yardbook, which is the software that I showed you yesterday. Yardbook integrates with Stripe as well. Okay, so I really have a lot of the things that I use integrate very well with Stripe, and I love to have everything going into the same place. So I actually have really tried to get my business away from PayPal, and I have really focused on Stripe. So definitely create a free Stripe account. Stripe is free. Okay. The only thing that you need to pay for with Stripe is, last time I checked, it was 2.9% of every transaction. And then it is, I think, plus 30 cents. If you click on the pricing here, it'll tell you. Stripe has lots of different features and things. But I love how it integrates with Yardbook and my Our Bank. So you can see here, it's actually one of the lowest fees of payment gateways that you can find. Of course, there are many other ones, but I've talked before about how it's, you can definitely find cheaper solutions for your business, but it may take a few more steps and a few more skills to be able to integrate with your other softwares. And, I'm all about ease and automation, and Stripe makes that really, really easy for both our Vision Agency account, which is powered by High Level. It integrates with Stripe, as well as Yardbook integrates with Stripe. Okay, so love, love, love Stripe. But you do need to have a business bank account to be able to connect it to Stripe, and you always want to have all of your transactions coming to and from the same place. Okay, so you create your business account, and then everything that you are spending on your business and everything that you're making on your business needs to go through that bank account. Okay, that'll make it a lot easier for your accountant, as well as when you are working on your P&L reports, which is profit and loss. Okay. Maria says, I have opened a Novo account, but was not sure if they were good or not. Glad to hear. Yes, I love Novo. I actually use it for my agency and for my lawn care business, and I have for the past 2 years, and I've never had a problem. Plenty of, if you do have to go to the ATM, there are plenty of free ATMs around that you can use, at least in my area. So, yeah, highly, highly recommend Novo. I love it. The next thing that you need for creating a lawn care business, once you have your Stripe and your bank account set up and all of that, of course, you need to have Yard Book. And I went much deeper into Yard Book yesterday, and then I'm definitely going to go we're going to do the whole training tomorrow on Yard Book, how you can build out your catalogs and things like that. But I did go, deeper into detail yesterday. But Yard Book is totally free. It will allow you to promote your services. It will allow you to generate estimates and invoices and schedule your jobs and auto bill your customers and all of those things. Love, love, love Yard Book. Okay. Now, talking about social media, you need to at least have a Facebook page. Okay. Obviously, because everyone's on Facebook and people will look for you. And even if you are not sharing content often, like you can see, I should be ashamed of myself because I haven't really posted anything here yet, and it's the beginning of the season, and this is when people are looking, and what they're looking for is recent posts. Okay, they want to know, is this, especially with something like a lawn care business, because people are not, they're kind of fly by the night lawn care businesses. So they're looking, did they go out of business? Are they active? They just want to really see something recent, and which I do need to start posting on that. But you need to have at least Facebook, okay? The next choice is Instagram, all right? All of the same things that you're posting on Facebook, you can post on Instagram, but really what people want to see is your before and afters. And again, don't think that you're going to get a lot of organic traffic from social media. It's not really about that. Create the content, add it to a scheduler, have it evergreen so that it continues to play out. Post some things as they're happening with your business. Like my husband's really great at, like I was talking yesterday about how he'll go to a property and then like just shoot a before and after video, or people just love those things, or like these before and after pictures. I mean, he takes them anyway because it's like rewarding for him, to take the before and after. But we also use it for our invoicing. I talked a little bit about that yesterday too. And so you definitely just want to have some content. People love, especially on social media, they love to see the social part, right? So definitely do that. The next choice definitely would be LinkedIn. You may not think that LinkedIn is great if you are looking for, customers, but especially if you want to do commercial accounts, if you want to do these businesses that need lawn care, they're going to be on LinkedIn, right? You want to have a professional presence at least on the top 3, which are LinkedIn. Now, the next one, of course, is Google My Business, okay? Google My Business, not only can you create a profile there and share posts and all of this and have lots of information about your business, but it's also how you're going to have that listing there. So when people are looking for lawn care service near me, they actually find your business, okay? So you can see here we have our business listing, but you can also see when they're looking for our specific business, which is part of the customer journey, right? If they see, they're Googling lawn care business near me, and then they see Bartlett Lawn Care, well, what's the next step? They're going to go look at the website. Maybe they go so far as to look at the social media or just Google, because maybe they're looking for like bad reviews, or maybe the Better Business Bureau has some things on Bartlett Lawn Care that they want to check out. People do this. This is how we search for businesses, right? So they're going to look for Bartlett Lawn Care. Of course, we want them to find our website. We want them to find our Yelp listing, and here's LinkedIn right at the top. Of course, we have Nextdoor, which is another great way of advertising. We'll talk about that when we talk about traffic. But if you look here on the Google My Business listing, there are some photos here. You definitely want to show that. Of course, we have the reviews, our business hours, our phone number, appointments with our website, also more reviews down here. And you see, again, we have the LinkedIn profiles and Facebook. Okay, now Instagram's not here, but you can see that these two are definitely important. Okay. Also, what you want to do is go to Bing Places for Business. Okay, it's actually bingplaces.com, and you want to create your listing or claim your listing if it's already created. A lot of times, Bing, when they realize a new business was created, they'll go ahead and create the profile, and then you actually have to claim it. So definitely go to Bing, and what this is going to do is help you to, if someone is using Bing browser, it's going to help you when they are searching lawn care business near me, you'll actually show up. If you don't claim your listing there, then you have no control over what is actually listed, and you definitely don't have control over if you are listed, right? Because if you're not listed there, then someone using Bing, you are just not even, your business doesn't exist at all, right, to them, because you're not listed on Bing. Now, the same thing for Yelp, okay? Yelp is like I don't know. I can't describe Yelp because they have the most pushy, annoying salespeople on the planet. They will just call. It's like Yelp and Home Advisor. They're the top two that we get the most spam phone calls from. So super annoying, which is also why I highly recommend what I was talking about with a business phone number so that you can literally filter out all the spam calls, and then you only need to answer the calls that are actual customers, right? So that's what our system does. I'll talk more about that another time. But so Yelp, again, you want to definitely, Yelp is really great for like restaurants and things like that. But the thing with all of these listing places is that it will show up when people are just doing a Google search for you, right? Just like we did here, Bartlett Lawn Care. And you want to have as many places to show up as possible, right? I want us to show, like when they're looking for Bartlett Lawn Care, I want them to see multiple profiles. I want them to see consistency, and I want them to see that we are listed everywhere, right? But so that's really, really important. So these are the basic places. I do want to show you just quickly Nextdoor. Again, we'll talk more about this. But Nextdoor is another one. Now, to be on Nextdoor, which I was honestly surprised about how popular this is, but to be on Nextdoor, you actually, it's kind of like Google. You have to have your address in there. They have to confirm that it's really your address by sending you a postcard, and then you're able to join the network, and you're just connected with people in your surrounding area. So if you are a local business, this is an excellent way to really narrow down your networking to the people who actually live around you. So of course, like I was saying yesterday, we structure our route to where we only service the properties within a 5-mile radius of our home. So that really cuts down on drive time. It really makes us more efficient because there's less time in between places. And also we sometimes have like 5 properties on one street. So he literally doesn't even have to pack everything up and then, lock it down and all that stuff and then go to the next place. He just parks the truck, and then he can take care of all the properties on the street without ever moving. So that is awesome because you can get more done in a shorter amount of time. But anyway, Nextdoor is a great place, kind of like Facebook. You want to create your company page. And the same with LinkedIn. You don't want to just use a profile. You want to create a business page. And you'll see that if you go to your profile here and then go to, let's see, view profile. You'll see over here, where does it say that you can, oh, work. Yeah. Click on work, and then you'll see where it says to create a company page. Okay. So just kind of like Facebook, you have your main profile, and then you can create a company page, and that's where you want to have all of your business information. Okay. So that is all that I had for you guys today. Lots and lots of information, but all of those things will really set you up as a professional and will also help you to establish your brand online so that you can start building up those reviews, which are really, really important, but also establish yourself as a professional who takes your business seriously. Okay. That I promise you that will make or break the whole thing. Okay. You can ask for $20 a lawn and have none of these things, or you can ask for $50 a lawn and have all of these things. The choice is yours. Okay. So thank you so much for joining me. I will see you all tomorrow. Same time, same place. Go make your vision a reality. Bye.